Hello and welcome to Prudent Media News. First, a look at the headlines. State on red alert. Section 144 imposed in South Goa citing terror threat. Tourist in state under scanner. Yet another fraud in IDC. IDC forges board's decision. Transfers 35 square meters of plot to an unknown entity. Plot allowed to remain idle for 2 years, a Prudent Media exclusive. Power Minister says power cuts may continue indefinitely. Goa faces 33% power shortage. LK Advani's Jana Chetna Yatra to reach in state on 1st November to address public meetings at Parole and Kursade. Goa Football Association excited about 2011-12 I-League. Plans are afoot for entertainment, parking, ticketing and much more. Dempo Hills club's enthusiasm levels. Lack of concentration has led to Goa's downfall in Syed Mushtaq Ali T20 competition, says Goa Ranji coach Vivek Koramkar. And Donovan Vaz languishes in 16th place in Polo Cup. Madgaon-based Rocky racer on a learning curve. Donovan wants sponsors to back him next season for Polo or Audi Cup. And now the news in detail. Quoting the intelligence input, South District Administration in Goa has issued orders under Section 144 of Criminal Procedure Code alerting people about the terrorist threat to the region.
Sandeep Jackis, District Collector, in the order issued on Wednesday, has imposed Section 144 in the district, asking all hotel owners, guest houses and others not to entertain any guests without valid identity proof. In view of prevailing situation in the country, intelligence inputs regarding terrorist threat to western coast of India, it is necessary for issuance of Section 144 of Code of Criminal Procedure 1973 in South Goa district. Jackis has expressed the possibility of terrorists staying in the hotels with fictitious names, addresses and telephone numbers. The district administration has warned the hospitality industry managements to book them under Section 188 of Indian Penal Code if they don't insist for identity of the guests. Bureau Report, Prudent Media.
Today we bring before you another fraud in the IDC, where IDC forged the decision of board and allotted a 35,000 square meters of plot to an unknown entity. Later, IDC allowed the plot to remain idle for more than 2 years and facilitated its transfer. Not just that, the transfer was requested and allowed on 18 November 2010. The same day, Savitri Karekar, wife of Babu, asked for transfer of her plot to Boston Pharma. Another shocking story of scam-ridden IDC, a Prudent Media exclusive.
This is the agenda of 294th board meeting of the IDC. This is the additional item number 14 of the agenda. Allotment of utility plot U03 at measuring 35,000 square meters in Venna Industrial Estate, Phase 4 to Mr. Santosh Gust Desai. And following is the resolution passed by the board. resolved unanimously to approve the allotment of utility plot number U03 to Mr. Santosh Kust Desai. Now have a look at this. These are the minutes of the same 294th board meeting. Now check the additional item number 14. The item says allotment of plot number U03 to Santosh Kust Desai. And now check the same resolution on the agenda and see the difference. Resolved unanimously to approve the allotment of utility plot number U03 to Mercers Mehul Developers Private Limited. Got it? SK Desai goes out of the resolution and Mehul Developers take his place. How? When? No one knows. Resolution passed in the board meeting gets bluntly forged in the minutes. Then Mehul does the same thing that Savitri Kaulekar, wife of Babu Kaulekar, did in terms of 15,000 square meters of plot adjacent to this one. Mehul tries to construct only 100 square meters of shed on the 35,000 square meters of plot, and then, just like Savitri Kaulekar case, IDC allows Mehul to sell it. IDC in the agreement says that the order of allotment is issued on 1st March 2007. Lease deed is signed on 8th August 2007. Mehul keeps the plot idle for more than 2 years and then applies for a transfer of the plot on 18 November 2010. The same day, Savitri Kaulekar's company applied for transfer of their plot for Watson. Interestingly, Watson also applies for the same plot on the same day. And like the previous case, the plot is transferred within 5 days on 23rd November 2010. So, the plot is allotted to Mehul without approval of the board. The resolution gets forged. Mehul keeps the plot idle for more than 2 years and then decides to transfer it to Watson, just like Savitri Kaulekar, and IDC allows the transfer without asking any questions. All apply on the same day and get the transfer orders for total 50,000 square meters of land within 5 days. This is how IDC functions, not as developer of industrial sector, but as a broker of plots for chairmen and higher-ups in the corporation. With Bureau Inputs, Surendra Madgaikar for Prudent Media.
Power Minister Alex Equerra says that power cuts may continue indefinitely. Goa is currently facing 33% power shortage. Load shedding has severely affected the water supply and industrial production. Goa gets only 300 megawatts of power when the state's need is 450 megawatts. At present, the government is procuring power from the spot market, but it is not enough to avoid power cuts.
Goa is currently receiving 33% less power supply than its allotted quota due to less generation of power at the National Thermal Power Corporation plants. The operations of thermal power generator units was badly hit due to shortage of coal supply following Telangana agitation. Power unit at Korba was also closed. This is the present power situation in Goa. Goa's requirement is 450 megawatt. Goa receives 300 megawatt. That gives shortage of 150 megawatt. State government is currently procuring power from the spot market. Despite this, Goa cannot avoid load shedding. Operations at coal mines in Telangana have resumed after a month-long strike. But despite this development, Power Minister Alex Equerra says power shortage may continue indefinite.
Right now the power situation is bleak due to shortage of coal and due to the ash dikes still being choked up. Many of the NTPC generating stations are almost closed. Load shedding is happening in certain areas right now. Majority is done in industrial areas because industrial are large consumers.
How many days it will remain like this?
Sir, I can't predict.
No, the situation.
There are issues which are beyond our control. I can't predict.
Meanwhile, Printing and Stationery Minister Alex Equerra inaugurated 3 printing machines at the Printing and Stationery Department. Minister also launched government's 2012 calendar. Our reporter from Panji, Laukik Shilkar, with video journalist Sarvesh Veruskar.
Senior BJP leader L.K. Advani will visit the state on November 1st. Advani is on a nationwide tour called Jana Chetna Yatra Against Corruption. He will address 2 public meetings during his stay in Goa. BJP expects election in February and they have geared up for the polls.
The Goa BJP unit is gearing up to welcome senior national BJP leader Lal Krishna Advani. Advani has embarked on a 40-day Jana Chetna Yatra, which will cover 25 states and 3 union territories. During his 2-day visit on 1st and 2nd November, he will make brief stops at Pole in Kankon, Poingin, Kepe, Bali, Kuchere, Shiroda, Ponda, Mapsa, Panji and Pedne. He will address 2 public meetings at Mapsa and Kuchere.
गोव्यातली 1 नोव्हेंबर दनपारां 12 कारवारच्यान काणकोण प्रवेश करतली आणि 2 नोव्हेंबर दुसऱ्या दिसा ती गोंयच्यान पत्रादेवी मार्गे महाराष्ट्रांत वतली प्रयाण करतली.
BJP feels that election will be held in February and they are getting ready for the big battle.
जे सरकाराच्या आंगलट ज्यो काही गोष्टी येतात तातूंतसून जून ऐवजी ते फेब्रुवारी पासून केन्ना इलेक्शन जावं शकता अशें चित्र आसा. त्यामुळे वेळे पयलीं इलेक्शन जावपाची शक्यता जास्त दिसता. आमी मागलेले ना पण जावपाची शक्यता जास्त दिसता. त्यामुळे आमी तयारी ही जोरान त्यामुळे स्पीड अप केल्ली आसा.
Our reporter Jason Suarez with video journalist Sushant Par.
It's time for a short break. Stay tuned.